Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to play around with my Simon Says stamp card kit for the month of June. And this is the Beautiful Butterflies kit. And I did an unboxing with you guys in a previous video, but this is a really pretty stamp set and some really beautiful papers that came in this kit. And I just wanted to make a few cards with you guys. Now, just a warning, this video might get a little lengthy because I have not planned ahead. I'm just going to craft with you guys and probably chit chat a little bit. So I'm going to start with the papers that are cut aparts because I feel like these are the simplest for getting started with making cards, especially if you're new at crafting, paper crafting, card making. These sheets to me seem to be the easiest because these are like the focal points. This right here is a card in its own, thinking of you. This is the focal point, so if you just add some embellishments, a card base, you got a quick card. So I'm going to start by cutting these apart, and I'm just going to use my large paper cutter. Okay, so I got my cut aparts, and I'm also going to cut the cardstock that came in the kit. So I always cut up the colored cardstocks that come in the kit. I love the smooth white cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. So I kind of saved those because they work really well with my alcohol ink markers. So that's why I like to kind of save those in case I'm doing some coloring. So for these 8.5 by 11, I'm gonna cut these down to 4 1/4, and I'm just gonna cut all of them together. Hopefully I cut this right. Alright, so I can make, if I'm only using these for card bases, this will give me 6 card bases, but I don't know if I'm just going to use them only for card bases, and these will be top folding cards, all of them. So I have 2 pinks, 2 yellows, and 2 grays, and I can use them to mat, and I can also use them as card bases. So now I'm just going to go through here and see which cut aparts I want to start with. So I love this one that says "You are the bestest" right here. I love "Thankful for You." That's a really pretty card. There's also "Live for Today," and of course I'm going to do this one. And I wanted to start with it all begins with a dream. That's pretty too. But we're going to start with those 3. So now with this, I think a yellow card base would look great with this to bring out the little yellow on the bird's chest. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, one of the yellow pieces of paper, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, and it's going to be top folding, so it'll end up being 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I am going to take my scoreboard and go ahead and score this at 5.5. Alright, I'm going to turn it over and fold it and crease it. And like I said, this might be a lengthy video, so I do apologize in advance. If you're not really wanting to watch a long video, you might want to go ahead and click off of this one because it's probably going to be long. Okay, and so next, I'm going to take a pink one, and I'm going to put this You're the Bestest on pink. And I'm going to score that again at 5.5. All of these are scored at 5.5 because they're top folding here. Alright, so that'll go with that. And then for this one, I think I want to do this one on the gray, which I think will be really pretty on the gray. So I'm going to go ahead and score this one 5.5. Forgive my hands. I've been way past needing to get a manicure, but I just decided not to even worry about it with all the COVID virus stuff, and my hands been looking rough for a while. Okay, so for this one, I am going to back this with yellow, and I think that'll be pretty. And I'm also going to cut the panel out with this die. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to use a little piece of painter's tape just to kind of keep it in place, because I want to save the other half of this yellow for another card. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to run this right through my die cutting machine here. I need some new cutting plates. I have some in my cart on scrapbook.com. I just haven't pushed order yet. So I'm just going to run that through. Okay. Go ahead and pull that off, and we'll move this out of the way. Gently pull that off so I won't tear my cardstock, which I did just a tiny bit, but it's fine. So I can still have this part to save for another card. So this is going to go matte right on here, and I think I might mat this kind of off-centered. I think that will be cute. But before I do that, I want to distress the edges. And I'm just using the edge of my scissors to do this. I do have a distressing tool, but I found that this was just faster to just run my scissors along the edge like this. And I find that the more shabby you make it look, the prettier the project. Okay. So. All right. So for this card, I want it offset off the center of the card, but I do want the I do want the focal image to be straight. So I am going to glue it down just like this, and I'm just going to use art glitter glue for that. And I'm just going to apply a good amount on the back of there like that. Again, I am going to put it on here like I want it, and then glue it down. And the reason I'm not gluing the whole piece down is because I did want to add a little decorative just a little decorative string. Just tie it around the top there. And then just tie a knot. And a little bow if my big fingers will allow me to. So then I'll just kind of pull the ends to get this. Okay, so it's a little loose there, but I'm going to add a clear adhesive dot under the bottom just to keep it contained. So I'm going to lift that up. I'm going to put it right there and then spread this down just like that. So then it looks like that. Okay. So next I'm just going to pop this whole panel right here up on dimensional foam tape. And I know y'all probably thinking that I'm using a whole lot of tape for this, which I am, but my goal is to start using a lot of the craft supplies that I've just been buying. Because a lot of times I'll have these craft supplies forever and I just buy them and I don't use them. So I'm trying to teach myself not to be so frugal with my stash and just use it. Okay. So this is what this card looks like. And I may even come back later and add some Nouveau drops or something just to give it a little extra. Okay, so for this card, I want to mat this on pink. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm still not sure about this little butterfly. Yeah, I peeled that off because I'm just not sure that I want that on there like that. But anywho, let's just move on and I'll decide later. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to cut this down to mat on my card. keeping in the theme of distressing, I am going to go ahead and distress the edges of my little card here. Okay, we have that. Okay, so and for this one, I think I want to this is distressed, but I have this Paper Studio texture envelope or folder, and I am just going to add, I'm going to run this through my machine just to add some texture. Alright, so I have the, and I'm going to go over this one more time because I flattened out some of my distressing when I sent it through. Great. Okay. So I have texture there. And I'm going to keep this one straight on. And I actually think I want to just add just a little bit of pink ink on this piece. So I'm just going to take just a little bit and go across just to give it a little. Just so that you can see the raised images a little bit better. And let's see, I think I want to add a little bit of brown. So let me see. For these, I just kind of wipe these off from one of my little, and I'm going to come in from the edge with this. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and add this down first. Like that. And for this one, I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals. Should I say foam tape? So all of these cards will look pretty much like a set. But all a little different. So here's that one. Just really cute. You don't really have to do anything. But afterwards, I'm going to add some Nuvo drops or some sort of embellishments. So this is what we have so far. look like they're part of the set. Okay, so for this one, I am going to map this one with the gray. So let's see here. So my cut apart is 3 by 4. And I'm just cutting this just enough to mat and have just a little edge peeking through. Just to have a little bit of a border. Like that. Okay. So I think I also want to add some texture. Let's see. I want them to look like a set. So let's see. So for this one, let's see. I think for this one I want to add it's kind of tough. So for this one I'll add the texture of some polka dots on the actual card itself. So I'm going to bring this back out. Move that. Okay, so I'm just going to change it to tab 1 and get both of my cutting plates. And I'm just going to sandwich that in just like that. Run it through just a couple of times to get the texture. Alright. And of course I want to do my distressing. I do feel like I should have added a little bit of dimension to that first card, the gray one, because I love the color scheme of that. But I feel like it's missing something, and I'm not sure yet, but I'll figure it out. And what I'm doing, I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting out of camera view. I'm just distressing the edges of this. Alright, just a little. So, yes. So I like this. So I am going to attach this directly to the gray piece to mat. And again, these are just simple cards anybody can make. Okay, and I'm going to step away and grab some ribbon. Ouch, I just got my finger. Okay. And I want it to go right across the top because I still want that little bird to show. Or maybe we can go across the middle. Got too much slack here. we go across the middle, we can keep the little bird from being covered. You see how much ribbon I had to waste to get this the way I want it? Alright. And instead of adding dimension to this one, I'll go ahead and make it flush to my card. I'm just going to off center it just a little. And I'll add just its tiniest bit of glue to keep that ribbon down. Okay, so that is that one, and has some texture in that card. Just you can either stamp or write a little message in there, and there you have 3 cards. Easy with your Simon Says stamp card kit. So again, this was my first one. It says thankful for you. Not sure if I want to keep that butterfly or not. And then these are so pretty. I love the birds. And I will add some sort of embellishments, and then I'm going to post these on my Instagram for you guys to see them. And okay, you guys, so ultimately I decided to take the twine off and add these butterflies. And this pack of butterflies came from Dollar Tree, and you get a ton of butterflies, 33 pieces, large to tiny butterflies. And I thought this worked perfectly for this card. Something was just off about how I had it the first time, so I decided to change it up. So this is what it looks like changed up. So we have, this was the first card, and then we have that as our second card, and then this was the last card. So I think that looks so much better, and I probably will cut some time off of this video. But yeah, so I'll post some pics of the final cards after I add a couple of maybe gemstones or embellishments. Yeah, anybody can make. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed and you would like to, click the link below to subscribe. Feel free to comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.